All right. All right. All right. We are here. We are here. Walk Judge. Judge got a walk. Bottom nine. 9-6 Orioles. Run on first. Rizzo's coming up. Whoops. If I put out May 25th, that's my bad, gang. My apologies. Oh, it's the 24th. Well, there you go. Thank you for the heads up, Jonathan. Brandon, yeah. Nestor Cortez tends to fall apart in the third time around rotation, so and that's I don't know if it's a adjustments problem or stamina problem or both. Not exactly sure, but we'll talk about it in a minute. We got 1 out to go. 1 out to go at bottom of the ninth. 9-6 Baltimore. Rizzo's up. Judge is at first. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Oof. Boy, he's blowing it past Rizzo now. 0-2. 0-2. Joe, my consigliere. Will consigliere. All right, 0-2 to Rizzo. Runner on sour. Judge on second now. Yeah, we'll talk about that too in a second. Just waiting for this last out. And then I'm going to go into my room, close the door, so I can actually talk louder. And the pitch to Rizzo. Struck him out. High heat. Wow. One of the more bitter losses for the Yankees, but again, it's against Orioles, a very, very good team. So, 9-6, Baltimore. So, the game that the Yankees picked up on the Orioles, they lost tonight back. So, the Yankees are 6 games. Well, depends on if depends on what the Tampa Bay Rays did. So, but 9-6, yeah. Nestor Cortez. Let me give a shout out to everybody in here. Texas Buckeyes in the house too. What do we got in the building here? In the facility. Kobe Kwong's in the house. Share the FOP, exactly. No kidding. Shemp. Yeah, this is one of the more frustrating losses for the Yankees. Again, the Orioles are a very good team, so it's not like losing to a shit team. The Orioles are very, very good. So, but yeah, I mean, Joe, he had trouble catching the ball. I would be playing what do you call it? I'd be playing Ben Rortvedt a little bit more. And I would agree with that, Joel. Time for Brady to pack his bags. Yeah, Rose for you. Rose for you, baby's in the house. Yeah, I mean, do you remember last year, Rose? Everybody was saying Cole's not an ace, not the ace. Cortez is the ace. I said, relax, people. He's going to come down to earth. Cole has a career of this type of stuff, of frontline pitching. Cortez does not. Okay, he has to make adjustments, especially the third time around the lineup. So, I know exactly what you're saying, Rose, for you, babe. Jimmy Mathers is in the house. Hope you folks are still on here. Yeah, Mister, the freaking ring delay threw everything off. Brandon Moore's in the house. Yeah, it was a disgrace. Nestor Cortez has to get better. Maybe you get a guy like Matt Crook who can throw multiple innings. You take Cortez out after 2 times around the 5th inning, right? And maybe that'll serve a better purpose. But I said yesterday, I would be DFAing Abreu, you Elvis, right? I said that yesterday. And I couldn't agree more. Texas IKF is definitely a pro's pro. Triple and a home run. He does a lot of the little things, and on occasion does the big things too. So he was right up there with Torres, Terry offense, right? That brother Bill. Exactly. Another starter. Give them length. 100%, bro. Barbara Matthews, hello. Yeah, I'm telling you, IKF is no joke. I mean, a lot of people treat him as a joke, but right at a fee, what is good, man? Of course, the Boone haters are out there, but the bullpen. Nestor Cortez couldn't hold it down, and the bullpen shit the bed. So, but people are going to blame Hooters. I mean, they're going to blame Boone no matter what. They blame if the offense wins, the game win, the Yankees win. The offense was the reason. If they lose, Boone was the reason. It's the same stuff, and they're fed by a couple of different people. The same baloney on a regular basis, but everybody's entitled to their opinions, right? So, Emilio's in the house. JT's in the house. Yeah, we definitely got hit in the jaw, JT. right? Mythical Wolf. And that's 20 runs on first. Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty low pitch count, Mythical. So I get it, but he was trying to go with the go with it for as long as he could, but Nestor fell apart. I would still consider trading in Michelle. But I mean, again, it depends on what you get back. But like the trade I proposed earlier was for pitching, which is you know one of the problems that the Yankees are still having. Uh, and so Tampa Bay won. So the Yankees are 6 games out. All right, and yeah, I mean tomorrow if they win it, they win the series, and then they got 3 games against San Diego, and then three against they go west. They got 3 against Seattle, then they have a day off, and then 3 against the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium. So we can get these guys back tomorrow. So Hulk, Stanton is due in June, like, and they're supposed to put him start him a rehab assignment in a couple days. So, uh, in short time. So I think Yankees have won from the time. It was fun. Yes, they did. It's your boy. Yes, they did, man. They blew that game. When I set up the title, the Yankees were winning. So it's like shit. I should have changed the title. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you, Jonathan. A lot of people don't want to bring you on this team. He does like that, and he'll hold them a couple innings, but he'll give it that initial 2, 3, 4 runs, and then he holds them down for a couple innings. But like we have to eliminate that 2, 3, 4 run inning in a close game. You know what I mean? So yeah, Toronto's in last place now. Boston's in fourth. Yep, yep. They have not played the Red Sox yet, Brotherville. No, no, I don't think they play them for a while too. So it's a little while before they play Boston. But you're right, they haven't. They haven't. So yeah, be sure to hit them like button, gang, if you don't mind. We always try to get the likes up. I'm telling you, Jonathan, right? Time for Crook. I mean, I would be giving him a shot. His stats are out of freaking worldly, and he can throw multiple innings. And again, a lot of guys like Cordero, yes, he did shit the bed. Maybe he's a little tired too, right? Jimmy Guns, but he did not pitch well tonight. Joel, you're absolutely right, man. It's just it's unfortunately, yeah. Well, that's just this right here. You can't give up an 8 spot and win a game. You have 8 runs in the 7th inning. Like it was like what the freak, man. A completely terrible inning. So DFA Sunil's in the house. DFA Abreu in favor of Crook. I'm fine with that. Send Ramirez down for Clayton Beater or Greg Weissert. Beater might be. I think Will Warren would be closer Sunil than Beater, but either one would be Nick Ramirez is actually halfway decent. But Abreu is just it's too frustrating watching Abreu pitch. So, but again, I mean I cannot disagree with Abreu for Crook. I mean we've been talking about Crook for months, right? So, right, Michelle, we can catch. Yes, we can catch Tampa. Yes, we can. It'll take some time, but we can. Matt Ramponi, right, man? Yeah, I mean it was just a terrible. It was a sad ass loss, Matt. I mean it's just they can't lose like that, man. It's just that's demoralizing. They have to come back tomorrow and get their freaking confidence back. They have to. They have to, man. So, um, DFA. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. See, a lot of people want the DFA Brave. I mean, it's really hard to argue it, right? Well, if you can trade Abreu, then you trade him. But I mean, I don't care. They trade him or DFA him one way or another. Just shouldn't be in this bullpen. So yeah, you can probably get him for something, a marginal a prospect or something. You do that. If you can't, then you DFA him. So he's on the cheap one way or the other. So, but yeah, Brady. I mean, I would definitely look at into trading him because he has a big arm. Those 98, 99, but he cannot. He doesn't have any movement on his off-speed pitches, and he loses control sometimes. So, but I would definitely, I would definitely try to trade him. Don't no doubt. Tonight's game is on Herman. Well, yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, he should have been here, right? Should have freaking been here. Absolutely, man. I mean, we're definitely missing Ian Hamilton. 1,000%. It's gonna be at least 4 weeks too. It's like, oh god. Yeah, Sean Browning's here. What is good? Aiden. Yeah, I mean, Nestor has after 2 times around the lineup, any lineup, he starts to falter and fall apart. So, Alex, I if I were to ever ask him to listen to me on one thing, it would be about Matt Crook. Like, I mean, please call Matt Crook here, please. It's like, and I want to see Warren too, man. He's in AAA now, so I mean, Warren and Crook would be awesome. Maybe they'll do that this year. Maybe they will. But we'll see. And Tommy Canley's supposed to be back in a few days too, so that'll bring him up. That'll give him an extra, a little boost in the bullpen. So he attempted to say New York needs some cream puffs. I mean, Orioles, Dodgers, Padres, and yeah, exactly, exactly, bro. They got to beat the tough teams, man. Orioles are a sneaky tough team. They have a lot of pesky hitters. A lot of pesky hitters. Yeah, man. Crook. I mean, geez, Louise. He's on fire right now. Give him a shot. He's got pretty good control too. So, what's up, Dev? Tomorrow, let's have a look here. I don't know if the that's out yet, but let's have a look and see who's pitching tomorrow and what time do they play. They play at 7:05 p.m. And it's Kyle Gibson for the Baltimore Orioles versus Clark Schmidt for the Yankees. So that's the pitching matchup tomorrow. Now, let me just take a look here and see if any moves have happened after the game. Let's have a look. It may be a little early still. Mm, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Okay. All right. Yeah, maybe a little too early too. So Daniel Rodriguez. Imagine that, Daniel. It would be kind of nice if they did that, right? I think the Yankees will make a trade at the deadline, though, and I think the White Sox could be a good fit for them. So I really do. Joel, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that, my man. My consigliere. My consigliere. Yeah. Rizzo turning the Gallo tonight with all the straight. Yeah, I mean, these guys have trouble with the high heat, man. That's for damn sure. They really, I mean, they've struggled with high heat. And you could tell Torres would be Rizzo and some of these other players. They haven't struggled. They struggle with that stuff. Well, this is true, Tasty. Yeah, we had to stretch Nestor out, and he was on a low pitch count heading into the sixth inning, so it was worth riding with that. So you know what I mean. Um, Thank you again, Mike Consigliere. Yeah, it was. Yeah, like they won a game they shouldn't have won yesterday. They lost the game they should have won today. So that's a good point, Aiden. That's a great point. Gotta go. Was traveling all day. Sean, man, get that rest, bro. Get that rest. Get that rest. And you're 100% right, Word Lifer. That did suck pretty royally. So there's no doubt about that. So, and Boone. I don't know about that. What's firing Boone? That's not really. He didn't really blow it today, but I get the frustration, Robert. I get the frustration, brother. Yeah, well, this is true too. Yep. Let it be a learning experience for Nestor too. Yep. Yeah. I mean, yes, you have Brett. Send Clark to the pen, call up Crook or Shopper. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Trade's always the first option because you're going to want a team to assume something. You want to get some type of value, but if you can't, you go right into the DFA route, which turns into the release route. So, they tried to get trade value for Hicks, didn't work. That's why they DFA'd him. Texas Buck got a king of Texas. I thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Nestor did have a career year, and it was, it's crazy to, you know, well, on one end, it's like, okay, you want to build on that, but another end, it's like, he came out of nowhere. So if at some point he was going to come back down to earth. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Jay's lost to the race. Yeah. Yeah. Crook and Peraza. I mean, I have no problem with that, Sean. Crook and Peraza, I'd be all over, man. Yeah, Schmidt tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's getting better, Michelle. You're right about that. I mean, it's we just need consistency out of these guys, and we're gonna need Herman to come back with still have some momentum, and hopefully he'll be productive. He's pitching Monday against Seattle, so we'll see. I hope it's not against Luis Castillo. That's for freaking sure. So yeah, IKF and Torres did well today. Torres got 2 home runs, and IKF with the home run too, and a triple. So I don't know. I don't know. I think they, I mean, if I'm the offense, I'm coming in with a chip on my shoulder, and I want to get an early lead on these guys if I can. I've said acquiring a starting pitcher would be a good idea. I think a lot of people just rely way too much on Nestor. Thought he was going to do too much, and it's. And I get it. He had a pretty solid year last year, so I can understand the expectations. But we got to be careful with that. He doesn't have a career built on production for a year and been health for a year. So and we need guys able to have it. That's why I'm a big proponent of getting 2 starters this year in free agency, 2 starting pitchers. So guys who don't have long term injury histories, right? So and yeah, I wonder who's gonna be umping crew with Armand there, Wink the man. It's true, man. Hicks, yeah, I mean he could be headed to Queens. He could be headed to a couple of teams. I think he could be headed to. I heard that too, Brett. The Yankees are giving Donaldson the Jacoby Ellsbury treatment, trying to basically pay him to stay away. Yep. Yep. I mean, at that point, just freaking try to trade him. If you can't, DFA him. Move on. It's at the very least, you can fill that roster spot with somebody else. I mean, if you're going to pay him to stay away, then that's the only way he's going to stay away, and you can have somebody else in the roster spot, right? But yeah, I think they're going to wind up having to pay him regardless. So you're right about that, and I did hear that too, which makes sense, right? It does make sense. No. Oh yeah, man, 100%. 9 games above 500 is a miracle. And the Yankees were brutal a month ago. Brutal. Did anybody think they'd be 9 over 500 right now? I'm not sure. People are telling us how the season's over. Dude, chalk it up. This is, many people have said that on the streams and the videos, like, and really, really hard to blame them for feeling that way. Really hard to blame them. So, you know what I mean? That's yeah. I mean, if they do DFA him, I think they're going to do it closer to the deadline. I really do. So, you know, you heard rumors of people talking about Twins bringing back Donaldson. Where'd you hear that from? I mean, curious. Holding players and prospects too. Yes, they do, Jonathan. Yes, they do. Prospect hoarding or holding players that haven't been productive, and it's just yeah, exactly, exactly. Michelle, have a great night to you and your husband. I won't keep this one very long either. So, it was a late game today. They started almost 2 hours late. So, and I think we all need to get a good night rest. My oldest daughter is graduating from pre-kindergarten tomorrow, so it's a big day for us here. So, very excited about that. Graduates tomorrow morning. My little princess. Um, Portnoy, dude, right? We've been talking about DFA and Abreu, and like I said, I put out the video yesterday. The title of it was "Don't DFA Donaldson, DFA Donaldson, Abreu, and Montez." And some people thought I was crazy. Some people thought I was crazy, but I really feel that way. I believe that's a better option for this team right now. And again, that's not being a hole. I'm not celebrating these people's demise, but I think it's time to part ways and just get some fresh blood up in here. And that's it. Give them new opportunities and let the team continue to move forward. You know, and another 2 hours, damn man, if on fire, brother. Train's giving you up, man. Yeah, my daughter's getting me up early, and I gotta go. I gotta go feed the animals. I gotta do all this stuff. I gotta get my little daughter flowers before her graduation. So I'm gonna be up early in the morning, rocking and rolling and everything. You know what I mean? If I didn't have to do that stuff, I would be up. I would be staying longer and everything, no doubt. And thank you for the congrats, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's just shit lost. It was just a very frustrating loss. And thank you, Stephen B. Man. Appreciate that. Um, let's see. Keep Herman in there would allow Schmidt to go to the pen, or keep Schmidt in there and send Nestor to the pen. I think. I mean, I'd probably have Schmidt. in the pen, and then I would bring up Crook. And if Herman wasn't reliable, I'd have Cork in the rotation and put Herman in the pen. I've said this before. I think we need about two or three long relief guys at least to be a good bridge from the starters to the short inning relievers. If we have two, or we have three reliable long relief guys, that to me is a good scenario for this team to have. So you know, it is what it is. Yes, it did, Jonathan. Definitely killed my sleep. Yes, the delay, but I'm committed to being here, so this is my commitment right now. Was that raining out? Might be. Hector said Twins would bring back Donaldson if she's DFA'd. We don't know. We don't know. No idea. Exactly, Texas Buckeye. Can't miss him. I don't care if I sleep 10 minutes. I'm not missing there. You never get those things. You never get those moments back. You'll never get them back. So I want to be there for all of them. Trade Hicks and Donaldson to the A's for Sears. Can you imagine that, Bill? Shoot. Sears having a rough time. New York can inject some life. I mean, if the A's were willing to do that, I think the Yankees would do that in a heartbeat. I really do. I'm not sure they would, but if they did, you got to take advantage of that insanity right there. Well, Herman Schmidt, maybe. Yeah, I mean, good long relief. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, Brett. I mean, like, you give Crook a shot, and like they're gonna need to make some moves. You got to rely. Hopefully, Severino stays healthy, right? And that's the king. This is why I said they got to get two starters at the free agency, and you try to get one at the trade deadline. So if you can, so I wouldn't move Cordero Elvis. I mean, Cordero had a bad day today, but he's been dominant since he's been up here. Abreu, on the other hand, I'm with you there. I move on from him. No. Yeah, Franchi's been in. He was really good, and then he fell off the map. Sunil, that's a good point. Oh. 3 for 4, Franchi and Scranton. Well, Franchi's definitely killing the ball in Scranton. And so is Cole Calhoun, who they signed onto a minor league deal. So I could see these guys getting a shot. But like Franchi came up, he was tearing the cover off the ball for a week, and then he forgot to learn how to hit. Like he unlearned how to hit after that, which is crazy, which is absolutely freaking nuts, right? No, I'm telling you, Effie, I got those two. They go up really quickly, really, really quickly. Yeah. Austin Wells, I could see Wells being called up this year. I could see that. I could also see them moving on, maybe trading Higashioka and sticking with Ben Warfet to pair with um, Jose Trevino. Yeah, no doubt. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, they've had this problem before, right, Sunil? Like, they've killed it in the minors. They come up and had a short period of just brilliance, and then they fall off the map. They forget how to hit. And it's happened regularly and it's one reason why Florial doesn't get consistent stretches of time because he doesn't take advantage of the ones that he has up here. And again, you have to give him at least a little bit of period of time, 100%. But like he's got to be able to take advantage of it. Otherwise, I'd be moving him in a trade. You package him with a guy like Labor Torres, which would make the trade more appealing. Uh, you know, I could see that, Brett, because he's projecting as a first baseman too. And if he hits well, then they don't have to pay 150 million for Murakami from Japan. So, and I know he's the hot name to talk about. He's like they call him basically a slugger from the left-handed side. 56 home runs or 58 home runs last year. So he's clearly got the power. But will they do that? I have no idea. No idea. So yeah, I see it too, Steven. I see another promotion or two coming soon too. I'm with you there. Yep. Sure. If you bring Florial, you go back to calling preparation. It would kind of be justified too, Joel, right? So, Yankee seems. Yeah, I mean Austin Wells, I could see for first base, Steven. Yeah. Um, Well, that's yeah. I mean, he's got to prove people wrong. Florio, there's no doubt about it. So, but again, he's got guys ahead of him, unfortunately, too. Sharif, I think it's one of those games. I think they've built up enough, momentum now to not let this turn into a 5 game losing streak. But again, they have to deliver that tomorrow, so they got to fight back and hit, take a lead, make outs and all this stuff too. So they have to do that. They have to do that. So still remains to be seen. But I think they're in a better spot. Like a month ago, I think they would have turned it into a 4 or 5 game losing streak. No doubt about it. So yeah, Naz, he's just not seeing the ball well right now, DJ. So unfortunately. Yeah, Brett, I'm with you. If Wells works out, turns out to be a good player. I don't see the need to spend 150 million for a Japanese player. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Brett. No, I mean, DJ's been really, really good this year, you always. So it just these guys are going to go through these stretches. It happens to Judge. It happens to the best. Look, it's happening to Rizzo right now too. So it just happens, unfortunately. Michael Feliz, he's in AAA. And they brought him up to AAA. So don't be surprised if you see him at some point soon too, as a fresh bullpen arm. And he's got a big arm. He's got a big arm. So I haven't heard anything, Naz, about the injury. So it's definitely something we'll be monitoring. And you know what? Let me check right now just to see if anything has been coming out. So, uh, no, but let's pull up the Yankees official here and see if anything's happened. Usually it's happened at a game, so I'll have a look in really quickly. No, nothing yet. No, so nothing yet. No. All right. No, I'll keep you updated one way or the other. Yeah, Tommy Kahnle, he's got like 2 more games, 8 to pitch that they want him to pitch, and then he's supposed to come back. So, within I think by the weekend or right, when they start on the West Coast on Monday. Yeah, I think DJ will get it right, Brett. I'm with you there. So just these guys have these stretches, man. It happens to all the top players. It really does. So it's unfortunate, but it's you got to work through it. He's got to work through it. Captain Cave, yes, he is Texas, but yes, he is. And Sunil with you there too. I would start work right in the game too. Yeah, I would give him. Take advantage of having the second catcher here right now with Trevino out. Take advantage of it. So, and Canely, I think will be a good fit, Jonathan. He'll be a good add of energy and production. So, Brett, yeah, man, have a great night. I'm gonna wrap it up in a second too. We're at 28 and a half minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up at 30 minutes. So, um, game stream buffering. There was some interruptions. Wink. It could have been because of the rain or whatever. I don't know. But it really depends. Like this, like sometimes my feed on the MLB app is delayed. Like some of you guys that you're at one pitch ahead of me on it. So I'm like, but it's just crazy how it happens. It's gonna happen. It's crazy. Hopefully, it'll be back on tomorrow. You know, that'll be the plan. I hope so at least. But yeah, and Sunil Rodon, he's now pitching at 120 plus feet. He's recovering well, and he's even saying that too. He's feeling good. So um, late June would be awesome. Late June would be awesome. I mean, again, they're going to send him probably. I'm guessing he's going to get probably 3 starts at least. They're going to want him to build to like 60, 75 pitches, something like that. So could be. I mean, now is going to be his spring training. They shut him down after 1 game in spring training. So now it's going to be spring training, right? So yeah, Rodon will be fine. Rodon will be fine. They're ramping up, full hard yet, just yet. They want to make sure he's feeling good afterward and whatnot. But the fact that he's trying 120 feet, that's an encouraging sign. Um, yeah, Wink. Rain is like unpredictable, man. It really, really is unpredictable. That's Bader, yeah. mean, if we had Bauer pitching for us, oh God, can you imagine that? Yeah, and he's having some struggles out in Japan now too. So recently, so we got 44 likes. Let's hit the very. Let's try to get to 50 likes. If we have 6 people and you haven't hit the like button, let's get to 50 before we wrap it up. If you don't mind, I greatly appreciate it. I would, and if I'd be making a push for him too, I would go for Giolito and Joe Kelly, or Giolito and Aaron Bummer and Joe Kelly. Like I think they have a good. They line up well for a trade with the White Sox, and I hope that they take advantage of it before teams like Houston and Seattle do it. So I think those guys are going to go after Dylan Cease, no doubt. So are other teams as well. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting right down to the wire. So yeah, Bowers is starting to have trouble. I mean, Chaparro. I mean, he's hotter than Bowers is now. I would send Bowers back to AAA. Probably let him get hot. Let him ramp it up again. So and hopefully he will. Well, Cease, you better say bye to Peraza and Dominguez and then more. No way you're going to get Cease without giving both those guys up. I just can't see it. So, yeah, Nestor's got to refine his technique again and his repertoire, Alex. 100%, dude. And I would, yeah, I mean, I would consider giving Chaparro a call up right now. So, Oswaldo Cabrera's struggling too, man. Send him down too. Let him work on his mechanics on a couple of things and get him back up here when you can. But like, it can't hurt. Can't hurt. So get down and try to get better. And Chaparro is murdering the ball. So 50 likes. All right. Thank you, gang. It's the thing, Alex. Like after 2 times around the lineup, Nestor starts to fall apart. And at that point, like a long relief guy would be perfect. Because at that point, you get Nestor to 5. Okay. Um, you know, that's a big thing, at least. And I don't know if you folks remember, but I said this is one of the things I talked about when Nestor was here a while back. The rule of thumb in the minor leagues is generally they don't like to add 40 or more than 40 innings per season on a pitcher add to their arm. So, and if you remember, he pitched I think 100 innings 2 years ago for the Yankees. Last year it was like at 175. He had a massive increase from the year before to last year in terms of innings pitched. I don't know if you all remember that. I did a couple of videos on it. And speaking from experience, as being a baseball player and pitched for a while, I've seen that type of layout, and I've seen it in college too, where people are just gradually monitor and build up pitchers. And he had a huge jump from 2021 to 2022 in terms of innings pitched. I don't know if it's affecting him. Can't confirm that, but that was an eye popping stat for me. It really was. So. You know what I mean? I mean, I think it's a couple reasons, NFE, but I don't know if what I said just makes sense to you, but I do think it's part of what might be going on. So you know what I mean? Nestor back to opener status. I mean, could have a dead arm too. Yeah, I mean, remember his innings? He never had his high innings pitches. He increased his innings by almost 80. Let me actually here. Let me pull up his stats here, okay? Let's look at Nestor Cortez's stats, okay? And just for the innings pitched alone, all right, Nestor. And I don't know if any of you folks remember me talking about that. This is something that I spoke to pretty in detail too on videos. So, okay. And where is career stats? Okay. Innings pitched. He had in 2019 at 66. 2020, the COVID year, at 7. Then 2021, 93 innings pitched. And last year, 158 plus the innings he pitched in the postseason is at 170. Okay. Going from 93 to 170, he almost pretty much doubled his production. And he's already at 54 this year. So he's projected to be around the same. So I noticed that. I don't know if anybody else did, but I was. And, and Johnny too. Yeah, I mean, he was cruising. And And he gave up that surprising 3-run shot to Adam Frazier, who's a good hitter, who's another guy that we talked about. Yankees would have been wise to maybe acquire him last year or the year before in a trade too. So like he's getting hit by good players. So and Cortez had a crap. I'm not. Jimmy Cordero had a crappy game today. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just they blew the game today. Not Aaron Boone. He was going with guys that were hot, and those types of things happen. So, um, yeah, I mean, I mean, it would be nice to have Andre Chapar here right now for some power too. So usually there are consequences increase. Yeah, there are physiologically, Alex, 100%. I'm glad you brought that up too. So we're on the same page. Um, and again, this is something I noticed. I'm not a Yankee expert. I'm not their pitching coach, but having learned that, having played baseball, and this is something that's preached regularly in high school and college, the increases should be very gradual every year to let the body adapt to it. When they're drastic like that, things like this could happen. So it's just it is what it is, unfortunately. But wow, I'm glad your folks remembered that, brother Bill. So I'm glad, yeah, you remembered it. So this is a it's a thing. It's a thing. So that's all I could say. And again, blame people right now. You know, not really going to do much. I would try to make some adjustments if I'm them. I would try to, I would try to do Cortez and then a long reliever, and then at that point they might be up to 7 or 8 innings. So a good way of probably regulating the amount of pitchers that you use in the game. At least, if, at the very least, controlling at that game. So, and at the same time, preserving some of the short inning guys. You know what I mean? So they lost Andrew Dang. Yeah, 9-6. So yeah, man. I mean, if you could put Nestor in like super, like you can do a Jimmy Cordero start 1 and 2, and then you throw Nestor in there for 5, like they did with Johnny Brito. Like, why not? Why not? I'll take innings 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't care what innings there are, but if we can get him in there, and he does not break down, then might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. So, but I think a couple things, Alex. They've got to. I don't know if they'll shut him down for a while, but they'll make some adjustments. And again, that's what I would do. I would follow him up with a long reliever who can hopefully throw 2 to 3 innings every 5 days. So let's just you can get through 5 with Nestor and a decent pitch count, then I would move on, bring in whatever it is, Matt Kruick or somebody like that, or even a Domingo Herman. You can throw multiple innings, so that's what I would do. But I get it, Luis, too. Yeah, I mean, we want him to throw 7 innings, 100%, dude. So, and that's the background. So, I mean, I think I'm hoping that he, with the exception of that bad inning, he was pretty good during the game. So, and again, that's what happens too. I say it about Cole. Sometimes pitchers have one bad inning, and it ruins the 5 innings that they pitched well before that. It happened to Cortez too today. So, and Billy's right. We can't win them all. But again, those are the things, right? So, um, yeah, Manuel, yeah. I mean, if you can get 5 or 6 good innings out of Nestor, I think that's good. That's good. So, I hope not, TD. I hope it just doesn't change the momentum to Baltimore. I really do. I hope it doesn't do that. So, but we'll see. Yankees got to fight back tomorrow and win this freaking thing. So, and well, so, yeah, I mean, he's having the shoulder load, and he was injured too for a while. Cole's had the shoulder load. So I mean, if I'm the Yankees, I'm investing in pitching at the deadline and in free agency. So, and hopefully they'll do that. But let me let you all go. Have a great night, everybody. I can't watch. It's midnight already. You have a great night. Thanks so much. Tomorrow, hopefully it won't be a rain delay. Hopefully it'll start at 7 instead of 8:50 like it did tonight. But split the series right now. Tomorrow's another day. Any other news that comes out, you're going to get it here, gang. So have a great night, everybody. Peace and love to all of yous. I'll see y'all on the other side. Peace.